Hey everybody, Daniel Fusco here, and welcome to today's 2-minute message. Everybody wants to change, and that's a good thing because we look at where our life is and we look at how we want our life to be, and we say to ourselves, I gotta take some steps. But here's what I wanna tell you. It's actually easier to change than you think. How do I know? Because one of the things that God wants for all of us is that we would learn how to love God with all of our minds. I get that from Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5, which Jesus quoted as the greatest commandment, that we should love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, and with all your mind. And really, what a person thinks, that is what a person is. That's a classic philosophical maxim. But really, we get the opportunity as people who put their faith and trust in Jesus Christ, who've been born again, that we get to put on the mind of Christ. And so many of our actions begin as thoughts that we have. And those thoughts, they begin internally and then they end up coming into full expression in our actions. And one of the beauties of being transformed is that God begins to change the way that we think. Let me give you an example. Maybe you always feel like you are inadequate, right? And because you're inadequate, those feelings of inadequacy drive you, and then it causes you to act in ways that you're either trying to mask your feelings of inadequacy or you're just expressing those inadequacies everywhere. But when you put on the mind of Jesus, you have this feeling of inadequacy, and Jesus says, yes, you might not be perfect in that way, but I am perfect and I love you. And instead of just focusing on the inadequacy, you acknowledge the inadequacy, but you focus on the fact that you're God's beloved child. And now you don't either act out trying to cover up those inadequacies or you don't give full blossom to the inadequacies. So really, the way we live outwardly is a reflection of the ways that we're thinking. And when we put on the mind of Christ and we take every thought captive to the obedience of Christ, that will actually lead us to live in the world differently. I'm not talking about salvation by works. Salvation only happens because of Jesus. But what I'm talking about is when a person is saved, as we allow Jesus to hem in our thoughts, then before you know it, the way that we treat others, the way that we act is completely different. So this is what we do. I want you to share this message because everybody has thoughts, and all those thoughts lead in different ways to actions. And in the comment section, let's talk about what does it mean to put on the mind of Christ. Obviously, I can't explore all of it in a 2-minute message, all the nuances. So there's so much for us to explore together, and we'll do that in the comment section. God bless you today.